What is up, everyone? Hello. Good evening.
Hi.
I hope you are all well on this wonderful Wednesday or Thursday, depending where you are right now. For those of you that are new here, this is Green Key After Dark. I am SnoopHog
hmm
TV, and by my wonderful co-host, MissFatalKisses.
Hello.
Every week we do the show. It's a call-in show where viewers can call in and discuss topics they want to talk about, mostly revolving around streaming. And normally we start with a specific topic. Tonight it is the launch of Build a Community Achievement on Twitch, which adds a whole bunch of new features we'll dive into in a minute. But I always like to start
hmm
this off with Cass. How are you this week? How is everything? How's twitching?
Twitching, it's been slow for me this week. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's been my off week. It's been my mental health week.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you just need to take some time for yourself, relax. But it's been good. Things have been good.
It's important stuff. And chat, you viewed this last week, but for anybody else that's new here, and you guys won't see this in the after effect, but my camera angle is different. Please don't heart attack about it. I apologize. But hello to everyone in the chat as well. And I see True is here. And for those of you that don't know, True mods for me, True mods for Cash, True mods for Half a Twitch, and
hmm
should have global mod now. And it
hmm
is still True's birthday everywhere but Coast. So a very happy birthday to True. I
Happy
want
birthday,
I
True.
want everyone in the chat to say happy birthday, and I want all the YouTube comments to say happy birthday, True. So thank you.
hmm
But we're gonna get into it. So our very first topic, our main topic of the night, is the new Building a Community achievement on Twitch. So they talked about this at TwitchCon. It was a new thing that they were going to be thrown in, that you're able to give VIP status to members of your chat. So where a while ago, just got like, so Cass comes into my stream and we're friends and I know she streams. It's a status thing a lot of the time to give a fellow streamer mod in your channel, even though they're never going to mod your channel. Well, most of the time at least.
Mm.
But so you give them that, and it's that status. So they have the sword. They're either obviously not a mod, but they must be somebody because they have that. So now you have the VIP function. While you can use it any way you see fit, it's a pretty cool thing. And I'm gonna let Cass list you off the features, because I know there's a couple new chat things that they've added, and it's actually a pretty cool perk system where, I mean, essentially you're a mod without being able to time people out, as far as I can.
Yeah, so essentially, if you are a VIP for someone's Twitch page, you won't be affected by slow mode or sub only mode or follower only mode, which if you're a VIP, I would hope you're a follower at least. um, you can chat without being affected by rate limits. Oh, that's actually really cool. I didn't even think about that. That's cool. Okay, and chat in all rooms except for mod only rooms. You'll be able to post links in chat even when links are disabled. So that's pretty cool. Those are some good features. And it'll be interesting to see how different streamers implement the VIP system. Because there's so many different ways you could go about doing it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think there's two schools of thought from what I've seen so far between people I've talked to and from what I saw on Twitter today when it launched. One school of thought is, of course, you know, obviously I want to reward people in my community. Like I said, I used to give streamers that I streamed with a lot or stuff like that mod just to give them that status to have them stand out.
Mhm.
Now, I can do this with the VIP thing. I can also do it to, let's say I have a follower that, is in my stream every single day, every time I'm live, no matter what, and they can't afford to monetarily sub to the channel and stuff like that. That's somebody I could see myself giving VIP to. Where I
Yeah.
saw a lot of people are concerned with the backlash of the typical "oh, why me" scenario of, "oh, well, you gave it to this person and they've been following for 3
Yeah.
months and I've been here since day one, but that person doesn't make streams anymore or is in there every once in a blue moon now.
Mhm.
So I don't know. What do you think? Do you think it's going to be a controversial addition, or do you think people are just going to take it as the nice addition that it actually is?
I think it definitely has the potential to annoy certain people. I mean, I don't know if if I didn't stream and I was a viewer and I was really invested in someone's stream and someone else got VIP status in that stream before me, maybe because they donate a ton of bits and maybe I can't donate bits or whatever the reason, I know I might be kind of salty about it. Um, so I don't know. I don't know what the best way is. I know like for you having mentioned like giving some of your fellow streamers, like maybe people on your stream team or friends of yours that are streamers, VIP, that's a good idea. I know Twitch on this page here, they recommend use the VIP role to recognize valuable members of your community, such as the 3 regular viewers who helped you attain affiliate status. So like that's really important. Like
Hmm.
getting affiliated and whoever was there every time you streamed to give you that average viewer count that you needed. But yeah, I don't know. What's your plan?
I mean, as of right now, I've kind of just toyed with it a little bit. I haven't gotten too crazy with it. I did see a fairly decent sized partner tweeted out today that he literally went through his entire sub list and VIP'd everybody that was tier 2 and tier 3 to the channel.
Okay.
So he also mentioned plans for doing VIP only giveaways and things like that. So I didn't even remotely think of anything like that. And now these
Mm,
partners are already, you know, all over this in certain
yeah.
aspects. So I wonder if maybe setting almost like a criteria for getting VIP could work because I know what it starts at 10, right? For- at-
Yeah.
So it's essentially once you hit affiliate, you also unlock this because what it's 50 followers, right?
It's 50 followers and 5 unique chatters. Yeah.
So essentially, if you've managed to get affiliate, I can't imagine you not being able to get this achievement, side by side with it. So with that
Hmm.
being said, so at 50, at the bare minimum, when you hit affiliate and whatever, you're able to get 10 VIP slots. And then it
Yeah.
progressively goes up by 10. The only thing I haven't been able to find is how how it's going to progress. Like what do I need to hit 20? What do I need to hit 30?
Yeah.
And that could be there
Yeah.
and it could be, poor research on my part. Wouldn't completely shock me. But
I
um
mean, they definitely say that it scales, but they're kind of vague when it comes to like the actual requirements that whatever you need to get more VIP slots. Um, but 10 seems like a good chunk to start off with.
well, especially if you're sitting at 50 followers at that point cuz that's, 1/5 of your entire followage or your entire viewership or community or however you want to label it. That's a
Yeah.
lot of people. And that's not including
Hmm.
so from what we found and what me and Cass could tell, Cass and I, for all the people that are going to get triggered about the English and the grammar, um, you cannot VIP mods.
No.
It was not giving us the ability to VIP somebody that already had the mod role. Now,
Mm.
I didn't try to unmod VIP and then mod, so I'm not sure how that would work.
Mm.
But I also really like the fact that the role function is now active. And to
Yeah.
anybody that's watching this right now, I apologize if I am dropping frames. My internet company has not been nice to me today at all. So I see the drop frames on my OBS. Hopefully you don't see it on your end. But yeah, so it was pretty interesting in that respect. I
Hmm.
also like that the roles thing is active. So
Oh, it's so nice.
for anybody that hasn't seen it yet, you go to your dashboard and there is now a separate category. It's called roles. And when you click on it, it lists everybody in your chat that has a role, whether it's mods or now VIPs. I think those are the only two current roles. Wasn't I thought I saw another one on that list, but I could be wrong. Oh,
Editor.
editors. Yes.
Yeah.
Do you think that's going to make everything a lot easier to deal with instead of /mod in the chat?
Oh my God, absolutely. It was so clean and organized, and it's really easy to add people to a role too from that screen. Um, I don't know. I love that. I don't know. That should have been a thing a long time ago.
Yeah, I fully agree with that. That it's such an amazing feature. And for those of you that haven't seen it yet, the chat badge for a VIP is a light purple background, almost like our borders here. And then it's a
Mm.
diamond inside of it. So that really signifies you, which I thought it was a heart because I'm blind. But it's a diamond. It's been confirmed by
Mm.
several people. But
Mm-hmm.
the editor thing is pretty cool too because it was very convoluted to make somebody an editor on your channel. Like it's easy to mod somebody
Oh
forward
yeah.
slash mod. I never tried
Yeah.
forward slash editor. I have no idea if that was the command. You had to like physically go in, get their Twitch name, add it. It was a pain. So this makes all the difference. I personally don't have channel editors. I don't know about you, Cass.
I do.
You find it. So it's not that I don't trust my mods. I trust all my mods. I don't know. I don't understand. What does it do? Like what do they do with the
So
editing function?
so they well, I think for me the most important thing is that a person who's an editor for my channel can host and raid for me. And sometimes I just want to end my stream and I trust my mod or editor to just
Uh,
do their thing, like sometimes I just want to end and I want to go to sleep. But that doesn't mean that my community together can't work with each other with my editor and just go host somebody and still kind of raid on my behalf. I definitely like that. So if you've ever seen me host you and I wasn't there, it was probably because my editor, aka True, hosted hosted my channel for me. But yeah, no, I that's my favorite feature. Um, which you have to make sure you have somebody you trust, because essentially they could host while you're streaming and then like completely end your stream
mhm,
if I'm not mistaken. So like you have to make sure that you have an editor that you totally trust, but also they have access to your dashboard. So if I'm not mistaken, they have access to viewing your achievements,
mhm.
so they can see your average viewer count and what achievements you've had, how many hours you've streamed. Um, and then they can also update your game and tags and title of your stream from the dashboard also. So,
Okay.
um,
So are they able to? Do they see everything? Is it like do they see
no,
revenue? Do they see
no.
stats? No. Okay.
Mm-mm.
That was what always interested me too. Not that I'm a pretty open book with a lot of stuff, but I know a lot of
Yeah,
people aren't.
same. Yeah.
Um, which kind of makes me want to roll into what I wanted to talk about tonight. So Disguised Toast. So for those of you who don't know who Disguised Toast is, he is a Hearthstone streamer. He is one of
Mhm.
the top 10 on Twitch, period. That he has been in the top 10 of Twitch for a long time now when it comes to followers, viewers, and so forth. Not my kind of content, but
Mhm.
he just released a YouTube video not too long ago about how much Twitch streamers make. And this has been a hugely taboo subject.
Yeah.
People do not want to release how much money they make doing this for fear
I don't
of
know why.
there's
Why?
so he even addresses it. He said that, several people told him it's a bad idea because your community might change how they treat you or how they trust you or give you money or so on and so forth. Oh, what's he need this money for if he's making all this money? Why should I donate?
Yeah. Okay.
But so essentially, he goes into how the four ways he personally makes money on Twitch, which is would majority of partners at his level or premium partners as they call it. And he says that there's four different categories. Make money from donations, you make money
Mhm.
from subscriptions, you make money from advertisements, and you make money from sponsorship or sponsored streams. So to break it down a little bit more, talks about how much he makes in each category. So he averages about 10,000 viewers per stream. And I see mostly Bex is saying in the chat, bits falls under donos, yeah. So he says from donations he makes on average around $2,000 a month, which he even says it. He openly admits it's incredibly low for a streamer of his size and his viewership number. But he also says that he discourages donations on a regular basis. He doesn't really, I've seen a few bigger partners that actually I've seen them in their About Me panels that say like they will ban you if you donate over X amount of money in their chat at one time. Because
Dang.
they make so I said, and I looked at that before I saw this video and I thought it was crazy. I was like, oh my God, why would you ban people for giving money? But then he goes into it. He's at 4,500 subs, give or take. He's making about $20,000 to $25,000 a month just off subs. And then his ad revenue, he never hits the ad button. So you only get the ad when you come into the stream.
That part.
And he makes $10,000 a month just off ads. That's insane to me. That just off the first 30-second ad that plays in the stream, he's making $10,000 a month. Which, where's my ad revenue, Twitch? Because it was promised to affiliates when the affiliate program came up.
Really?
Yeah, when the affiliate thing dropped originally, they said ad revenue coming soon, quote unquote.
Do you think that was maybe? Do you think they were maybe talking about bits?
I don't. Yeah, but that's not really I guess to
like watch ads for bits.
I don't know, but all I know is that now that I think about how much money I'm losing out on ads, not that I really care, and it doesn't make a difference. I can make $0 on Twitch, and it's not gonna hurt me. But just to know that somebody has to sit through a 30-second ad, and it's only paying Twitch. But then
imagine though. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're good.
Imagine though if you, because he said that he doesn't push the ad button, right? So the only ad that runs is the initial ad when you first join his channel. But let's say he only pushed the button one more time. And then like 10,000 people who are in his chat all watch a 30-second ad. Like he would double his income or his ad revenue or whatever.
So that was my school of thought. And then he goes into the last part, which is sponsorship. I had no idea. I knew they paid. I'm just going to preface it this way. I knew they paid. But I never in a million years thought that the average rate for a video game company, pay a streamer to play their game, ranges from 1 penny to $1 per viewer per hour. So let's take him for the example. 10,000 viewers, even at a penny, for 1 hour, that's $1,000. Or if it's $1 per viewer, that is $10,000 in 1 hour. And all it made me think of was when Ninja, Tim the Tatman, Dr. Lupo, and I think one other all got paid by Activision to stream Call of Duty for 3 hours.
Yeah.
You got to assume they're getting the premium rate, these guys.
Yeah.
At, $1 per viewer. So think about somebody at Ninja's caliber. $1 per viewer. I think he had 125,000 viewers during his Call of Duty stream. That's $125,000 an hour across 3 hours.
Yeah.
No wonder the guy doesn't hit the ad button.
Yeah.
He's made several people's salaries in 3 hours of playing a video game. And a lot of these guys tell him no on a regular basis. They're like, no, I won't play that game. I'm all set. They're offering you 30 grand. Let's say a guy at that guy's caliber, Disguised Toast, 10,000 viewers. They're offering you $30,000 to play, whatever for 3 hours. Roblox, let's say, for 3 hours. I don't know a lot of people that are going to go, I can't suffer through Roblox for 3 hours for 30 grand. There's a lot I could do for $30,000.
Hell yeah.
And it's a lot worse than playing Roblox.
Oh my God.
But
yeah.
So anyway, to go to the whole bring this home now that I've pretty much described the entire video is how do
Mm.
you feel about Twitch now that there's a very open market? Do you think it can hurt Twitch that he has come out and essentially blasted how much all these guys make? Do you think it will take some kind of a negative impact? Because
I don't think
he's a
so.
pretty big person.
Yeah, I don't think so. I appreciate the transparency, honestly, because it's like just such a mystery how like how much money does, so and so make on YouTube and how much money does Ninja make? And there's just a bunch of speculation, and it's nice to have somebody come out and just be honest about it. Um, I did not realize ad revenue generated so much money.
And neither did I.
Um, but I think it's great. Uh, I don't really see the only negative thing I see to this is like people had warned him is of his own community, basically maybe saying like, "Oh, well, you make so much money, like, why don't you just buy this because
Uh-huh.
you're a baller?" Or like, "I'm not going to donate to you anymore because you make too much money." Or like that is like probably the only negative I see from somebody being open about that kind of thing, but
Mhm.
I don't know.
I mean, I have to say that most of it was common knowledge. Like you could go to any website and see Ninja's got 80,000 subscribers, and you could do the math. If he's making 350
Mm,
per sub, then you just multiply that 350 by, however many subs, and you can get a general idea of where Ninja's revenue is just off
yeah.
subscriptions. But the ad revenue was the one that like just threw me. I couldn't get over it. Just
Yeah.
how much money he makes. And like, we're talking about how people might stop donating to him, but he says that, he only makes $2,000. I say only like it's not a lot of money, but
Yeah.
you know, it's $2,000 and he makes $10,000 for turning his stream on every day
Yeah.
or he streams every day. But
Yeah.
I do see a question in the chat was from Bodo Collins says, I wonder how bounties will affect larger streamers. So you see some streamers doing bounties now. Anytime you see hashtag sponsored, it could go either way. It could
Mhm.
go the way of the what am I thinking of? The way of like an outside sponsorship reaching out directly, or they're doing a Twitch bounty. Like I've seen a few movie ads and stuff like that that are definitely Twitch bounties.
Mhm.
Um, I don't think it's going to affect them. They've had so partners have had access to bounties for I think the better part of a year.
Okay.
It's only recently started rolling out to affiliates here and there. Um, so I don't really know. I don't think it would quote unquote affect anything. I just think that they'll be more inclined to run them because why wouldn't you in certain situations? Especially, I
Yeah.
can't imagine what the payout is at that level of viewership either.
I mean, yeah.
Got to be close to what they're making in their regular sponsorships as it is.
Yeah.
So I don't think you'll
It,
see
I
much of a difference. Go ahead.
They just have to like decide if it's worth it for them, right? Like if you're playing something new, then you're most likely going to dip in viewers. If you usually, I don't know, stream Fortnite, for example, and then you play Assassin's Creed, you're probably going to have less viewers, but it depends on what the payout is, I guess. If for, 3 to 5 hours you're streaming a different game, but you're making more money than you would make playing Fortnite, then there's a lot of math that goes into that kind of thinking.
Absolutely.
That I don't really have. I mean, at my level, I don't feel like I ever have to think about that kind of stuff. you know?
I fully agree with that. I would love to. I would love to see an even more in depth and like I don't know if the Sky's Toast is, but I know like a lot of the bigger
Mm.
people like Co Carnage and Tim and all of them. A lot of them are represented by OPG Group, um, as their manager. And even smaller partners are represented by OPG or other managers that manage their like Ninja's managed by his wife. Obviously, not like he's
Yeah,
paying her technically. Yeah, I'm sure all their money is shared. But
yeah,
I want to know how it works at the management level for a streamer. So, let's say I blew up tomorrow and now all of a sudden I'm, 10,000 viewers and whatever. And
Yeah.
now, like, this is a real thing. Like, I need to figure this out. I need a management person to tell me how I should handle this and
Yeah.
play this at this point because
Yeah.
I'm in foreign waters. I don't know what to do here. I just hit go live. And
Yeah.
I want to know, do they get paid like a flat rate? They make percentage on top of a flat rate? Is it just percentage? How much of my
Mhm.
money is going to that person?
Yeah.
Obviously, it's worth it because he's representing, three-quarters of the massive streamers on Twitch.
Right.
But I just really wonder what percentage of their money is given to the manager.
Yeah, I thought the exact same thing actually when Valkyrie was interviewed by Nadeshot,
Mhm.
and in her video she was like, "Oh yeah, you reached out to my agent." And for me, I never even think someone like Valky has an agent,
Yeah.
And I was like, "Well, okay, well then what does that mean? So does this agent, scour your business email for like legitimate sponsorship opportunities and all of that stuff? And then how do you measure that and pay that person for that time and work?
Mhm.
I don't know how that works. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah.
it's very, very it's very interesting how it could go, but I know, like, even in that Disguised Toast video, they talked about being sponsored events and how much to do live appearances, and it kind of evens out with playing a sponsored game. So anywhere from $1,000 to $10,000, they'll essentially pay you to come out to, like if you're a league
Yeah.
player, the world, whatever the hell they call it,
Hmm.
their top sport and stuff like that. Overwatch players, it's probably the same thing.
Yeah.
Um, but I just imagine that it's got to be so crazy and so hectic with the amount of offers. I know, like, I always talk about Tim because I watch a lot of Tim, but now that I've been doing this and this end of it, and especially since we've started doing this podcast, I tend to look at things a lot differently. And I listen
Hmm.
when Tim talks, and it's stuff you wouldn't really notice if you weren't thinking about it. But like he'll say something along the lines of, people will donate to him, be like, "Oh, I'm from so and so company, and I'd love to talk to you about a business opportunity." Oh, send it to my business email. My manager handles everything like that. I don't handle any of that. And he says it
Hmm.
all the time. He always makes the joke. He's like, "Oh, I'm an online male entertainer." He's like, "I don't do the business end of this." He's like, anytime that he has new merch, anytime he has, stuff like that, like obviously it's run by him, but
Hmm.
he doesn't come up with the idea. He doesn't say, "Oh, maybe I should sell jerseys limited edition." They come to him and say, "Hey, this would probably crush. What do you think?"
Yeah.
And he says, "Yeah, absolutely, go do it." That's why, like, when
Yeah.
he recently sold limited edition jerseys, and people were like, "So when do they sell or when do they ship?" And he's like, "I have no idea." He's like, hands up in the air. Good luck. I have no idea.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But he says it like people were like, "Oh, I emailed you about this," or he'll ask other streamers. They'll be like, "Oh, I sent you something in your email," and he's like, "Which email did you send it to?" Because his
Hmm.
business email listed on his Twitch isn't even checked by him. It's checked by
Right.
whoever his specific case manager is for OPG Group.
Okay.
So it's crazy to see how many people, like if you go on OPG's website, how many people he represents from Twitch that are even big name, and then as you roll down the tier of quote unquote smaller partners. I just
I mean,
wonder,
it's
is the business there? Is it really that big of a thing? Like, are you that busy? Do you get what I'm saying?
I don't know, like, okay, let's if we take this toast guy,
Mm-hmm.
like, he's making I don't how much is he making a month? Like, what, maybe
20, 25,
20,000?
30,000, probably, give or take.
So let's say you're making $20,000 a month, and let's say your agent who's, I don't know, let's say they charge you 2 grand a month? Is that crazy to think? I don't know, like,
Well,
that
what are they
that
doing
seems
for that $2,000 a month? You know?
but, like, are they saving you the time and the headache of going through all of that stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Are they experienced to know what legitimate sponsorships are, even with my like little rinky dink business email, like I get some really weird like sponsorship emails, and I'm like, I don't even think this is like legitimate, you know? Where like sometimes it's kind of comforting to know that you have a professional handling that stuff for you,
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah,
But
I just wonder. I don't know. I look at somebody like Tim, and I always use Tim as the example. But let's say Shroud. Shroud streams
okay.
12 to 16 hours, 5 to 7 days a week.
Wow.
That's a lot. It
That
is
is
a
a lot.
lot of streaming. But at the same time, what? How many offers? How busy is your schedule that you can't find an hour to take care of this stuff yourself? Where I'm shelling out X amount of dollars. It's one thing if they turn around and, all right, I'm going to, I don't even know. I can't even think of an example where I could justify giving you my money. You're going to bring me new stuff, right? You're going to bring me
Mhm.
offers. You're going to get me those offers because you're my manager and you're able to get those. Those companies already want to work with me. Why do I need a middleman or woman?
Yeah, but like what if that company is going to offer to pay you $20,000 and it only cost you $2,000 to pay for the person who got you that sponsorship?
Yeah, but my thing
Then
is,
like
is
it
the
already pays itself off.
I don't know. I guess at that, I mean, my whole thing is at that level, the monetary end of it's a drop in the bucket compared to everything, obviously. And I
Yeah.
think majority of them, if I'm not mistaken, aren't flat rate. From what everybody in the chat is saying, and from what would make the most sense in my head, is that it's a percentage of whatever deals they make.
Okay.
But
Oh,
my thing is, so you get me a $10,000 appearance at BlizzCon because I play a lot of Overwatch. So you're taking 10% or 20% off the top of that. That's $2,000. So now I'm only going out there for 8 grand. Again, I say only like I'm some person making all this money, but
yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
trying to
No,
think,
I get it.
in their shoes.
No, I
Um,
get that.
I don't know. I
But do
see
you
a
get
little.
caught up in it though? Do you
Mhm.
like maybe, you stream for, I don't know, 10 hours and then you're like, oh man, now I need to check my email for an hour. And then before you know it, 3 hours went by and you didn't get anything done or like, I don't know, like, I don't know. I see the benefit of having someone else do the legwork for you. But then I also see your side where you're saying like, but if I just do it, that's saving me money,
See, where I think I
you
would
know?
rather spend that kind of money is in commissioning work. Like, the amount of time it takes me to make a lot of the assets for my stream,
Yeah.
that's where I would rather spend my money. I would rather have a graphic designer. I would rather have a video editor than, I
Yeah.
guess, a manager. Though I do know that Ash, thank you so much for the host, by the way. Normally I don't stop and thing and the raid. Thank you.
Thank you.
But yeah, so normally, oh my god, my train of thought went completely out the window because of that.
But you're saying you would rather have
Oh
like
yeah, yeah,
pay
yeah, the graphic
use that
designer
money
thing.
for commissions. Yeah.
Because the amount of time it takes. Oh, that's what I was going to bring up. I know that Tim brought up this. So he has a video editor now. And the whole thing with his manager, the way they were able to quote unquote work it, was that he turns around and his manager hires the video editor and pays him by commission. Because if Tim was to hire him, because he was doing X amount of work, he would actually have to put him on payroll because there's some crazy
Oh.
legal tax thing involved.
Yeah.
So the loophole is to go through your manager. So I think in that sense, I guess it makes sense when you're that big, you can't even commission stuff without it being like a big deal.
Yeah.
Because it's not a one-time thing. It would be a permanent contract with this kid to do my videos every time.
Yeah.
Because obviously,
Yeah.
if I find a video editor I like, I want him to do all my videos.
Right.
It's interesting. Ah, so many things. There's so many things that we're so. I don't know why I worry myself or concern myself with these things, but
So, I'm gonna need you to make friends with Tim and then ask him all these questions.
I would love to. We're gonna have Tim on the podcast one day. Chat, watch.
Oh god.
Watch in about 25 years when he's washed up and old and not streaming anymore. Then we'll have him on the podcast and we'll have to pay him, but he'll be here.
Yeah. It'll still be epic.
So, for everybody coming in from Escher Stream, welcome, welcome, welcome. For those of you that don't know what this is, Stream Key After Dark, this is a call-in show, so that leads me to my next point. If you exclamation point Stream Key chat, it will link you to Discord, where you can jump in on the Discord call with us and ask us your questions. Or you can also post your questions in the chat, whatever you are more comfortable doing. In the meantime, there is always questions in Discord. You can also post them in the Discord any day of the week, and we will do our best to get to them. But there was a very interesting question, and I don't, obviously, neither of us can identify with this. I'll preface it with that, but we might be able to help. There was a user, Christical, in Discord who says, I'm a non-native English speaker, and the community of my country on Twitch is very small and apparently toxic. So they decided to stream to English. Think that there's a barrier for non-native English speakers to streaming in a different language that might be a second language is a little tougher. What do you think, Cass? Cass is thinking. Cass has her thinking face on for those that can't see this and only hear it.
I want to say it's the opposite. I don't think it's let's see. Do you think there's a barrier for non-natives to succeed because of the language? So I think the barrier, oh man, that's a tough question. That's a tough question. I think honestly, it's going to make you unique and it's going to make you stand out. And if if you're maybe self-conscious of pronunciation or language or culture and all of those things because you're a non-native English speaker, those things I think are you'll get practice and you'll quickly learn those things as you stream in English. But I think it's a great thing, honestly. I don't know. What do you think? I don't know. I just keep thinking like how if I'm going to a stream and I can tell that and the reason that I like this is recently I went to a stream that was a German speaking stream, but the streamer just also happened to be fluent in English. But he wasn't the best English speaker, but I just loved it there so much because it made his stream so unique and stand out so much more to me as someone who does speak English and go to a ton of English speaking streams. I loved it. So
yeah, me personally, I don't think it hurts you by any means. I think that it's obviously just another hurdle that you have to get over to be able to do it. But like you said, it adds a uniqueness. You can find, as most people will tell you, you can find any K-Kona looking dude on Twitch that, I mean, minus the American flag stuff, who sounds like me and looks like me, and you know, I'm a dime a dozen, especially streaming to NA. Now, if I was to stream to like Japan, then it would be interesting if I was able to speak Japanese, obviously. But you know, so I think it almost benefits you in a lot of ways. It's hard for you to get across very, first impression wise, I think, very starting out or as soon as you start out. But I think as you build your community, you'll see that not only if you're interesting in, you have all the other notes and your only holdback is the fact that you're not a native English speaker, but you're streaming to, the US. I think that once you start to form a community, your community is going to do a lot of the majority of my community ends up welcoming new people before I even get the half a second by where I can turn and look and say, oh, so and so's in the chat. Hey, how are you? My community's already welcomed that person, said hello, done everything at that point. So I have watched a few. I have a few streamer friends that are bilingual, and this is not their native language, and they speak French and English, and they mostly speak French on their stream, but they will speak English like if I'm there, stuff like that. But if they're
Hmm.
having trouble saying something and there's somebody bilingual in the chat or having trouble getting something across, I've seen the chat be like, hey, he means that, he's
Yeah.
doing this or he means this. And they'll go, yes, yes, that's what I mean. Because sometimes
Yeah.
it's not so much speaking the language, it's the way it's spoken, if that makes any
Yeah.
sense. In a lot of
Yeah.
different languages, it's almost for me to look at it on paper, like especially with like Spanish, it almost looks backwards to me the way stuff is said because you're not used to the mannerisms of how things are said and stuff like that. And I think
Hmm.
that's the part where a lot of people struggle if they're bilingual.
Yeah.
But I don't think you should let it discourage you by any means. If anything, it's a very unique thing, and I don't see a lot of people that bilingually stream.
No, and you might actually attract people that are like you, that speak the same native language as you, but also maybe are trying to learn English, or maybe they don't like watching streams in their native language because, like you said, the communities might be a little toxic or whatever. I think it could be a great place for
Mhm.
people like you to come visit.
But yeah, I just the only other thing I've heard people say before is that you need to pick which language you mainly stream in and stick to it.
Yeah.
Because you eventually, if you stream, to the US and you stream in English 5 days a week for 3 months, and then all of a sudden you decide tomorrow you're going to stream in Spanish, your entire viewer base is now alienated completely.
Hmm.
Because now, while
Hmm.
I realize the potential of maybe getting Spanish viewers who only speak Spanish and so on and so forth,
Hmm.
but you're alienating this entire community that you built, and now you're just like, I'm kind of in this weird stuck position where now, as a viewer, I'm sitting here and I have no idea what you're saying. I'm
Yeah.
clueless, and I've been watching you for 3 months, and we've gotten along, and we've worked it out, and we're friends now, and now I'm lost, completely lost, and I
Yeah.
feel completely left out of the conversation.
Yeah. I think a bilingual stream could be fun, but I think setting that expectation from the beginning,
Hmm.
you know, making that choice when you first decide you want to start streaming, hey, this is going to be an English only stream, or this is going to be a bilingual stream. Um, but I think just setting that expectation. So, like, like Snoop said, it's not just some jarring thing that happens one day where, like, suddenly you're speaking a different language. Um, I think it could be a lot of fun.
I agree. So hopefully that helps if you listen to
Yeah.
this after the fact, because I don't think you're here because that was an early morning question, if I remember right. But
Mm.
we actually have some people calling in. So mostly Bex was in here first. So I'm going to drag you in. Hello, Bex. How are you? Oh, oh.
Hello.
This always happens. This happens to Green during the day all the time. He gets call-ins, and then, like, people have muted or walked away for a minute.
Yeah.
Mostly Bex. Should I assume your? I'm not going to assume your name. I'm
Hello?
assuming. Hi, there it is.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm plugged in with a different headset than I usually use. I'm on my friend's laptop. I never can catch you guys live. So I saw the notification. I was like, give me your laptop.
Awesome.
um, Good talking to you again. I know that Steve and I just saw each other a couple weeks ago at TwitchCon, but nice
Mm-hmm.
meeting you, I guess, probably for the first time, Cass.
hi.
So related like at all to what you guys were just talking about. But obviously, Snoop and I were just at TwitchCon, as well as I just went to
Mm-hmm.
BlizzCon the weekend prior, or I guess afterwards. And I wanted to ask about networking and IRL scenarios and whether or not you go. So there is the communities program. There are community meetups that do happen all over the place. I have one in Canada. It happens in my city. I run that one. And I was curious whether or not you see um, them in your area if you go, and then if you don't go, why you don't. Um,
Okay. So for me personally, the in real life networking is cool. I like to meet people, But I went with the Twitch, or I went to TwitchCon with the intention of just meeting people that I already, for lack of a better word, knew, or at least knew through through Twitch. So it was cool to get to put faces to names I see in the chat all the time, especially if they're not other streamers. So it was very cool to meet viewers as well as fellow streamers and everything like that. But as for meetups, at least on my end, it's most of the meetups wouldn't happen in my state. They would happen, well over an hour away. And the problem for me is that my IRL time is very limited with my real work and my wife and that kind of stuff. So it would be tough for me to get out there. I would love to do more convention stuff just because it's a guaranteed large gathering of people. I think for in real life networking, I don't think TwitchCon is a great huge thing for that, only because I mean there was a table outside, if I don't know if you saw it, but outside the entrance to the art studio, just full of business cards and stickers and stuff like that, where people were just kind of dropping their stuff. And then like I had a guy just randomly like walking through the outside of the line for the merch store, just handing out business cards, stuff like that. And it's just I don't
Mm,
know, unless I sit there and I get to talk to you for a good amount of time, then I can't imagine that it's really, and I can't imagine somebody turning around and I'm sitting there talking to them and then they turn around and go to my channel. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Where something like PAX, it might not grow my channel, but I get to meet developers. I get to meet people in the business
Hmm.
that, you know, I can sit there and have a conversation with devs who might be coming out with games that I might be interested in, that I could start an early footing relationship with and stuff like
Hmm.
that. That's the kind of networking in my opinion, I think works. I think business cards, yeah, they're cool if people ask for them. I personally didn't show up with a single one, and I think I only had maybe one person out of all the people I met and sat and talked to that asked for a business card at the end of it. Most people, if they were really interested in like, BSing with me and stuff like that, or they liked all the America stuff, then they would literally pull their phone out and follow me on Twitch while I was standing there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, Cass, what do you think?
I know that there are those smaller community meetups here in Seattle. I have been approached to go to a couple of them, but I haven't, mainly because of like my anxiety to be in small places with people I don't know. And also just, I don't know, protection of my privacy. It's different when it's local to me, I think. Like I don't know, there's something
Okay.
about that, like, I want that, like, distinction between, like, this is my private life, this is where I live, this is where I don't know. Like, TwitchCon is somewhere, like, I have to go out of my way to go there, and then I know that I'm gonna meet, I don't know, a lot of people who are like me and network with people who I've met, online already or whatever. I do see the benefits to it, though. Having and making new streamer friends is always a good thing, and, I think IRL connections are nice. Um, but I think personally I would keep my mind open to it because I'm sure it's a good time.
We can definitely talk about it like another time, Cass, because like I would love to tell you like some of the great stuff that happens down there. I'm
Yeah.
pretty familiar with that community, but I kind of have like a second parter to that question since so I'm actually like I'm surprised that both of you don't happen to go. I thought maybe one of you would, but
Mm.
in the event that you do go to a bigger event like TwitchCon,
Mm-hmm.
I definitely have my own opinions on ways that you can network effectively in person.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd like to hear your opinion on something that stood out to you or something that, as a streamer, if you really are going to these events and you're taking them as business trips and you are looking to grow your community um, and make connections that will be valuable to your career pushing forward, if this is what you want, I'd like to hear your opinion on something that either stood out to you this round or something that you would like to see more of people doing.
So for me with TwitchCon this time around, it's I didn't see a lot of potential for the growth of my community. And the reason I say that is because I ended up on I mean, it was day one at the keynote, and I ended up on the screen because I mean I'm dressed like this. And then DJ Wheat turned around and tweeted the picture out talking about how the chat or the crowd was real life chat emotes. And then I ended up on Greek God stream in front of 35,000 people. It did nothing for my stream. So that part of exposure and networking, I don't think helps. What I think great networking and way to get to know people on a more personal level and have them be invested in you is the after party stuff that comes with these kind of events. You go, I mean, obviously everybody goes to the Twitch party. You know, that's the thing to do. But then it's going out after. You're running into people. I ran into and sat and had a half an hour conversation with a partner who is of decent size waiting for a lift, you know, to get out of the Twitch party, because that's, in my opinion, when the most effective networking happens. Because we sat and we BS'd and talked for a while, and I was saying how, you know, I said, you know, no offense, because I know you got the partner badge. I said, I haven't really seen you, you know, I don't know you in that aspect, not to be disrespectful or whatever. And he's like, no, 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 I understand. He's like, oh, you know, you should check it out if you get the time. He's like, I'll throw you a follow or whatever. And I've talked to him a few times since then, just about how, you know, his level of partnership. And I mean, he's a decent sized partner. He's 50 plus thousand followers and he averages 300 plus viewers. So it's not like he's any kind of like, you know, everybody partner, if that makes sense. But he's BS with me, has given me tips on how to grow my stream, which have helped dramatically, in my opinion, which was really cool. But that's where the networking happens, in my opinion. The networking happens in the social environment of it. The TwitchCon floor and the meetup or the meet and greets at TwitchCon at the actual event, at least, you know, that kind of stuff, in my opinion, didn't really. It's cool to go check it out. It's cool to sit at the Go XLR booth and look at the new tech that's coming out, and, you know, give them my name and would pray that they send me some Go XLR unit, but it's never gonna happen. But it's cool to see all the stuff. But the expo floor, in my opinion, is not for networking. It's for meeting people that have gone through the community and stuff like that. It's the outside stuff, the social aspect. I don't know, Cass. You went to PAX this year, right?
I did go to PAX, but that was just strictly a personal fun trip.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really go out of my way to do any kind of networking or promotion or anything along those lines, mostly because I was just there for different reasons. I wasn't there for that. I was there to play games and um, I don't know, win stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah, I don't know. I did not go to TwitchCon, but I do think that if I do go to TwitchCon, it would definitely be the social aspect of and I think that kind of goes hand in hand with networking. Um, but I think, you know, meeting your friends, streamers' friends who are streamers is kind of networking in its own way. But it's also just being social. I would just go to TwitchCon because I would want to meet you in person and grab a beer or I don't know, any of my many streamer friends, you know. So
Yeah, I don't know if that helps on either of our ends,
yeah.
because I think me and Cass are kind of like minded in this, that it's not really a huge networking event for us. It's more of the social event to meet our existing community and less of a growth venture. If that makes sense.
No, I totally like see where you guys were coming from it.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, like I went with specific goals in mind. I actually wasn't going like for my personal community. I was going for my greater community. And I found the shore floor to be really, really useful, but because I was there from a community manager aspect and
Mm-hmm.
not a streamer aspect as well, right?
Mm.
And I totally agree. Like having been on the like show floor and having gone to parties, I definitely made more streamer connections that way,
Mm-hmm.
for sure. Um, like I think it was valuable to go, but I think a lot of people go with the impression that TwitchCon is kind of like the end all be all, but really it is a huge excuse just to see my friends that live super far away.
Exactly. I mean, TwitchCon was amazing and it was awesome. Don't get me wrong. I had a ton of fun, but I went as a, yeah, it gets, of course it's a business expense, quote unquote, but TwitchCon isn't really, my opinion, that's not really TwitchCon is built to be, it showcases new stuff coming out for Twitch and everything like that, but TwitchCon is really built to be a community event. It's a giant community meetup. That's really it's a 3-day community meetup, in my opinion. That's really what it ends up being.
100%. Thank you so much for answering my question. It's nice to be able to finally chat on the show.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for
Yay.
calling in, and you are welcome to anytime.
Okay, see you guys later. Bye.
Have a good
Bye.
one. And chat, like I said, you can do ! stream key, jump in the Discord, and we will pull you into the call. But right now, I see Rab is in the call, so I'm going to pull him in. Hello, Rab.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you tonight?
Hi.
I'm good. How are you guys?
Doing well. I'm adjusting your volume as we speak. So what is your question?
Okay, so I'm just wondering.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I have to stop. I'm getting.
Monka asked, did we not mute the stream?
No, I needed to mute my end.
Okay.
So I'm just wondering, beyond networking,
Uh-huh.
what are y'all's thoughts about a professional or a semi-professional firm that
Okay.
would work with streamers on imaging and marketing?
So kind of like a PR person?
Well, yeah, a PR firm that specializes in streamers.
What do you think, Cass?
It would there's so many variables to that. I
Yeah.
guess my first question would be, how much is it going to cost me?
I can't answer that.
Yeah. So
but it's
I
almost
mean,
like a cost to product ratio too. Is what does it offer?
yeah.
Okay, so here's a better question,
Mm-hmm.
because
Okay.
I can't get into the costs and stuff because this
Yeah,
is
no,
my idea.
I got you.
Yeah.
If the cost was right,
Uh-huh.
would you want a firm that would help you with marketing and social marketing and
I mean, for me in my current state of where I am on Twitch, I don't know if I would be willing
That's
to
tough.
pay for it, but and that's where I'm sitting now. Maybe if I was a little bigger, but even then it's I don't know. You see a lot of growth with content creation on Twitch. You don't see a lot of growth, at least in my opinion, as of right now, via social media and stuff like that. You look at some of the biggest people on Twitch, they barely tweet out that they're live because they don't need to. Go ahead.
I need you to delete the social media from what I asked.
Okay. So you mean like mainstream marketing?
Like traditional marketing.
So like, TV ads, radio ads, billboards. No. Okay. What's
no,
traditional
marketing is bigger than that, man. Marketing is like creating your brand and helping you with your brand and making you more accessible and
Okay. See, I just think I don't think it's a terrible idea. I think it needs to be fleshed out in an easier. So like, give me your 20-second pitch on what this would be. If you were gonna sit down with me, you had no idea who I was other than the fact that I streamed to Twitch and you knew my numbers. What are you offering me?
See, but I don't want to do that because if I do that, somebody could steal it.
All right. So I get what you're saying. Would I be interested in it? I'm always interested in new stuff, of course, but you'd have to be able to present this to me in at least a 15 to 20-second spiel at first to catch my interest on it. So if you want my opinion on how to
elevator speech,
yeah,
I know.
So that and the combination of that, and you have to make this worth it for me to pay for it at my current level.
I guess a better question is, what kind of services would you look for in that kind of agency?
I mean, so my brand is pretty fleshed out. I don't know. Maybe not so much my accessibility, but I don't think I can brand any more than I have, other than painting my face red, white, and blue every day.
Yeah, you have a pretty awesome brand, and I can't fix that.
Well, thank you. But I mean, I don't know. What do you think, Cass?
I feel like if in my current situation, and there's a lot that I'm thinking of right now, but like I'll start with the brand thing. If I felt like my stream was, if I felt like my stream hit a wall or wasn't going anywhere, or maybe it was going backwards and I was like losing viewership, then I might be interested in like a last ditch effort to maybe hire somebody who could maybe coach me or coach my channel. And if that was like some kind of paid service, depending on how much that would cost me, I would probably honestly invest in that if it was like, I need some help to get over this like hump or whatever. Um, Another thing I was thinking when you mentioned, I know you said to erase the social media aspect of things from your mind, but for me, like Twitch is not my full-time job and I don't think I ever want it to be, but I work full-time. I'm in an office from 45 to 50 hours a week, and posting to social media sometimes is the hardest thing about streaming on Twitch
Oh,
is because
I was never
He,
saying to not do social media.
yeah, no,
he
I'm
meant
not
his
saying that.
aspect of it, I think. But
I
yeah.
meant for my
Oh, okay.
question.
So
Like,
so
sorry.
you're talking traditional real deal marketing. So not TV ads, stuff like that, but you're talking like the guy, as dumb as this is going to be, but the example is if I'm walking down the cookie aisle in Walmart, you're the guy that figures out how to make the Chips Ahoy pop out to me over everything else in that aisle, right?
Exactly.
Okay. I don't think that's a terrible idea. I would need to know how it was going to be implemented. So for me personally,
Is
I'd want your elevator pitch to include how you're going to make that happen for me in a digital marketplace.
Well, I would love to give you my elevator pitch in private.
No, I understand. But I'm saying to answer your question, I think that's what I would need. You would need a really, really, really solid elevator pitch. And the reason I say that is because people
You
stream
guys have
coach
been
now.
burned before.
Well, that too, but it's my time outside of Twitch related to Twitch is almost nil. So for me to take the time out to be able to, to sit down there and listen to something like that, you know what I mean? It's got to be quick and it's got to stand out for me. That's my opinion on it in that aspect, to make people want this product. And the other thing is I need examples of it. I need you to show me, I took SnoopHog TV from 1,400 followers to 2,500, and his concurrent viewership went up by 40 in a month by doing X, Y, and Z for him. So this is what I can do for you. I can implement it specifically to your stream and how I want it out there. If you could offer me that product and that kind of a package, then yes, absolutely, I would be interested.
That was the answer I was looking for.
Sorry it took long to get there, but
no, that's what I needed to hear. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now I know. Now I kind of know what I have to do.
Well, I'm glad it helped. Cash, you have any final thoughts on it?
Nope. I agree with you.
Love you guys. Thank you so much.
All right, Rav, have a good one. Thank you. Well,
man, I just need somebody to post on Instagram for me every once in a while.
Right? I just need an automated. I need to IFTT my life. Just make it look organic. But if anybody else has any more questions, you can feel free to type them in the chat. You can also call in, like our other viewers have done tonight. I appreciate you all, as I know Cass does as well. That one threw me a little bit at first, Rab. Thank you. It made me think today. Really critically think. So I'm going through topic ideas. So, all right, here's an interesting one. It's not really. So I always have to bring up Ninja at least once a week. So recently, Rab, you're good. You're good. No need to apologize, man. It made for content. You made content tonight. All right. So Ninja, this week, the wonderful Ninja. Ninja's in a Fortnite game. I'll give you the quick synopsis, and I'll give you how this relates to streaming and this show. Ninja's in a Fortnite game. He gets killed. Dr. Lupo starts yelling at the kid that killed him to emote. And after 15 to 20 seconds, the kid emotes. Most people in Fortnite, when they kill people, especially if they figure out who it is, will emote because it's just the culture of that game is to give everybody the middle finger. So Ninja loses it on stream. Not loses it, but gets pretty upset, which rightfully so, because he thinks he's been stream sniped, and he goes out of his way to report this kid on stream, and then makes a statement about how he's going to literally go out of his way, contact Epic, and get the kid banned. Well, come to find out, this kid's a YouTuber, didn't stream snipe Ninja, and Ninja half-heartedly apologizes and then tells him to stop milking it on Twitter. So it was a big old yikes for Ninja there. But my whole point is, if you find yourself backed into a corner where you make a mistake at that level on stream, and let's say even relating it to streaming, I have somebody in my chat who is being blamed for something or is supposedly doing something and whatever, and I ban them, or I time them out for X amount of time or whatever, then come to find out it was my mod trolling me or whatever the case was. How do you handle that situation? So you make a mistake, where do you go from here? That's essentially, how do we handle this as the streamer?
But I mean, I am on Ninja's side. I don't think he messed up.
Okay.
That's where I am, because he had every reason to think that person stream sniped him. And it kind of sucks to think that you have, I don't know, 30,000 people watching you, so you then are like under a microscope if you decide to report somebody. And he even said in his Twitter post or whatever, his apology, he was like, look, like, I don't run Epic. They're the ones that go through these reports just like any other report they get on anybody. They would have made the call to decide if that person was stream sniping or if they needed to be banned or not. So I don't think it's really fair to say like, oh, Ninja can't get pissed off at somebody because he really thought that he was stream sniped, because I can't tell you how many times I have been playing Call of Duty and someone shoots me through the other side of the wall and I'm like reporting them because they're wall hacking and whatever. But if I was streaming to like, I don't know, 30,000 people, and then all of a sudden people were like, well, you're wrong and you need to apologize to everybody, I'd be kind of pissed off about that. You know?
So I wasn't so much saying like he was. I'm not saying he was wrong for handling the situation. I mean, he tactfully wise, but whatever. I'm the king of rage, so I have zero room to talk in this aspect. My question was the after the fact. Is, do you apologize for it, or do you just move on with it? Do you just, do you own it? Do you just kind of overlook it because really, who cares? Obviously, none of the little Ninja fan or Ninja fam or whatever they call them care.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I would have apologized. I don't think I would have. I mean, I guess I don't know. It's not like it was personal against somebody. It wasn't like I was like personally like, oh, I hate you. It was just like, no, I think that you stream sniped me, so I'm gonna report you or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of in that boat. I'm kind of in the boat with you in the aspect of I'd be like, look, he didn't stream snipe me, fine, but I get stream sniped 100 times a day, and it leads me to believe that most people are actually doing it. So yeah, I'm gonna screw it up every once in a while, but that's it.
Yeah.
You know, and like he said, he doesn't own Epic, he doesn't run Epic, he doesn't decide who gets banned. Does he have some sway at Epic? Of course. But I don't think, but even he openly admitted it, that he doesn't have the kind of sway to just get people banned. Because if that was the case, then Epic's going to get flamed on top of Ninja. And obviously no half of a decent-minded company is going to allow that to go on.
Do you think
go ahead.
Do you think it maybe also annoyed Ninja that like this YouTuber guy is like trying to milk this whole situation? Like, oh, Ninja reported me. It was so messed up.
I think that's where
I'm gonna
Ninja
make a bunch of videos about it. And maybe Ninja is like, come on, get over it. Like,
Ninja fed
it
the
wasn't
clout,
a big
though.
deal.
Ninja fed the clout. He should have just let it go.
Yeah,
You don't.
right.
I'm not going to get into a Twitter battle with this guy. Now you're getting into a Twitter battle. You're putting 8 million people on your Twitter, or however many Twitter followers he has, now looking at this kid. I went and looked
Yeah.
up his YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Absolutely I did, because I wanted to know what the deal was. He personally, he gets very irate over stream snipers. I've seen it a few times because I watch a lot of the people he plays with where they welcome it. Sometimes, I mean, obviously nobody welcomes the stream sniper that comes in and kills them, but a lot of them have funny stream snipers who come in and like they'll do a dance, or like I watched one game of Fortnite where the kid crouched behind a fence that with the fence that opened, and he kept spamming E, making the fence look like it was moving by itself, and the streamer was like
Yeah.
losing his mind, thought the game was broken, and then he goes
Yeah.
over and sees it's him, and he's like, "Oh, this guy does this all the time." Or there's one where he finds them and literally hides and survives till the end of the game in a squad game, and then he's the only person left, and he'll write stuff like out in front of them in like materials. So they all embrace it, but Ninja even flips out about it then. It's just, I don't know. In my opinion, he handles that kind of stuff poorly. I wouldn't handle it that way, but I don't know. There's so many tools. I get it. You don't want to. The latency makes it next to impossible to not be stream sniped, because I mean you're at a 2 to 3 second delay most of the time. So obviously I can just queue right as the time you did and we'll be good to go. And then they added this matchmaking delay and whatever, but none of this stuff works. It's like it comes with the job.
Yeah.
You know, it's a hazard of the job. It's almost a guarantee. If you play any kind of competitive game, any kind of competitive shooter, especially a BR, you're going to get stream sniped at that level. I mean, Tim the Tatman played Overwatch, and he would get stream sniped by a kid who would just come in and auto-lock Symmetra and troll him every comp game. You know, so it doesn't matter what you're playing. When you're at that point, it's just kind of... you're just at that level. You know, it comes with it.
But does that not mean that you can't get upset about it and report somebody
I'm
if
not
you think you're
saying
getting stream sniped?
don't get upset or don't report people or whatever, but you know, I see it in the chat and people are right. You are opening the door. Now I know it's triggered you. I'm gonna do it full send now, because that's the person I am already, and now I know it's bothering you, and all you're doing is opening the door for the rest of the people that love to troll on Twitch.
Yeah.
You know, all these viewers that stream snipe all the time. Now I see it's pissing you off, and now I'm the guy who's just kind of flicking through and like, oh, I'm not going to bother stream sniping Ninja. Everybody does it. Now I see how mad you get, and you might make me famous. I'll stream snipe you all day. Let's go. You want to blow up my YouTube channel, give me 1 million viewers because I'm the guy that stream sniped Ninja in the match that made him lose his mind? You know, I'm not saying you can't get mad about it, but this dude, he literally, you can't sit there and say, I'm going to go out of my way to make sure you get banned, not having full bore proof that he did it. If you had irrefutable proof, like if I came into your chat and was like, haha, I just stream sniped you, then fine, but you can't blow up like that on the assumption because the kid danced on top of your dead body.
No, I get that. I get that. But I've said a lot of things like that when I've been pissed off playing games. You know, and when you have thousands of people watching you, you're already at a disadvantage for people coming in to mess with you.
But that's my thing.
That would
You
be
have to look
triggering.
at
That
it.
would trigger the crap out of me.
But that's my thing. You gotta think of that level. Right now, I can get away with raging out like that because who cares? I got 20 viewers. Nobody cares. I'm not getting stream sniped anyway. But even if I am, if I get the one random that's going through the bottom of the barrel, a Fortnite streamer, just like, oh, I'm gonna stream snipe this guy just because. You know, whatever. I can lose my mind and report that guy and act like that, and nobody's gonna say a word. But you're in front of 80,000 people. You're blowing the doors open. Everything you do is scrutinized at that level. That's my point. Everything. So if you were sitting in front of 80,000 viewers making $500,000 a month plus on everything you do, and this is your career, you're going to lose your shit over some kid jumping on top of you and killing you in Fortnite?
I mean, I watched the clip. He didn't lose his shit. He was just, I don't know. I'm not gonna hide my feelings of being pissed off at somebody who very well potentially have maybe stream sniped me. Like, I don't know. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I also know that people just like to get pissed off at Ninja just because he's Ninja.
And listen,
And
I defend Ninja on a regular basis.
yeah, I
I'm
know.
a big fan of Ninja. This was kind of one of those things where I was just like, you're at a certain level now. You know what I mean? That's my thing with it. You're at a certain point where you need to handle these situations tactfully because it's your job. You have to look at it as you're at work. Let's
Yeah,
put
but
it
you
this
know what?
way.
He's also setting like a good example. Like, hey, community, we should keep our games clean and fun and not full of trolls who want to hack and stream snipe and all of these other things. This is a good example of when you should report somebody. And that
Yes.
doesn't mean that every single report that you make is going to lead to a ban or whatever. Like Overwatch, for example, will send you a report saying, hey, you reported somebody and we actually banned them. So thank you for your report. Like, not all of the people you report, that's going to happen.
I
But
agree. I'm on point with everything you're saying. My point is the way you reported the guy, he was stream sniping. I'm gonna report him, and maybe he'll get banned. It's the extra step of making it more and more. You snowballed it, not you, but him. He
yeah,
snowballed it where he could have just made the example, like you said, which he has, and he's tried to
yeah, no,
make
you're
that point
right.
about stream sniping. It was just, and I get the raw reaction. I get the irritation. I am sure that I get stream sniped every single day, 365 days a year. Eventually, I'm gonna snap.
Yeah.
Fine. And he didn't snap. You know, he didn't flip out. He didn't start swearing. He didn't break anything. He didn't summit 1G his monitor. You know, he
Yeah.
just he just got extra pissed off. But I think why people got mad is because he used his, for lack of a better word, and I hate this word and I try to use it in ironic ways, but his clout with Epic Games to say, I'm going to go out of my way and contact Epic to get this kid banned. Because from a business mind, it's not a good look. It's not a good look on
Yeah,
Twitch. It's not a good look for you at Epic.
yeah, I'm sure Epic doesn't like that.
Yeah, exactly. Epic doesn't want people thinking, oh, Ninja can text us and get you banned.
Yeah.
I get you want to deter the stream snipers, and it's a legitimate issue, and that's why a lot of games do ban people for stream sniping. But you're also talking about a free game. But I don't know. I just thought it was an interesting topic. And it kind of spiraled completely out of where we started with it, but
I'm sorry, but
no, it's
like
fine.
if something happens and like I really am in the wrong, then obviously sincere apologies are the way to go. This example, I feel like he did apologize, but he also kind of, defended himself. And I'm kind of on his side, but yeah, if you mess up, you should say sorry. Don't be too big to ever apologize for ever dropping the ball.
See, I like that answer. I hope you can all still hear me, by the way, because my computer, something just disconnected. I don't know what it was. You couldn't hear it on your end, guess, but Stream heard it. So yeah, for anybody listening at home, the do I have no idea what unplugged, so hopefully everything's still up and running.
Oh God.
But in typical Stream Key fashion, this is how we end up. But I see we have somebody waiting to call in, so I'm gonna pull in Zaifu. Yo, what's going on, my dude?
Hello.
Hello.
What's up? What is
Not
your
much.
question?
Well, just on that ninja thing, real quick. I just want to say it's not like a problem that he just wanted to report the stream sniper. It's that he goes like a little bit too far and says like, oh, like how you said he's gonna go out of his way to make sure he's banned. It's just like stuff that Ninja does. He just goes like a little bit too far, and I mean that's like the only thing that he does is wrong. But I just wanted to add that. My question was, Black Friday is coming up soon. Do you guys have any plans for shopping for your stream?
How about you, Cash? You buying anything? Black Friday deals?
Nothing.
Is there Black Friday streamer deals? Is that a thing?
Well, I'm gonna get another monitor personally because those go off like $100. So
I could always use a lot of things, but I haven't really shopped the Black Friday deals. I don't think it's a terrible idea, especially for streamers, because computer stuff is ridiculous a lot of the time. I wish they would put the Go XLR that's already $100 off an extra like 100 or 200 off because I want it so bad. But yeah, other than that, I don't really. I mean, knock on wood. Thankfully, I'm in a pretty good place right now where I don't really need much stream wise. Most of what I need isn't need; it's want. I could use a fourth monitor just for my stream PC to have 2 monitors instead of 1. But other than that, I mean, that or the Go XLR would be the only thing I'd really be terribly interested in.
I know Newegg has been emailing me with like pre-Black Friday or watch out for these deals on Black Friday. So I know like SSDs are always a good one. Definitely monitors, keyboards, mice. I don't know if like Elgato is doing any kind of Black Friday stuff. Maybe G Fuel is doing some Black Friday stuff. I would imagine they are. But I personally just built a brand new computer, so I'm trying not to spend any money.
Yeah, I believe Elgato's doing some sales on their stuff.
I know Newegg has a deal right now for anybody that's looking for the upgrade. GTX 1070 Ti MSI, the Duke Edition, is $360 right now, which is dirt cheap for that graphics card. So if you're in the market for a graphics card, you're hearing this. I think it's on sale till the end of the week. Could just be till tomorrow. So good luck. But either way, if you're looking for a 1070 Ti, that is the only real streamer deal I know of off the top of my head. I watched a few YouTube. I actually went down a YouTube rabbit hole on this today. So, you know, reason I know. I was watching like gamer deals, but it's all console stuff for the most part. You know, it's either consoles themselves or keyboards or whatever.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think that's basically it. But...
That's awesome though.
All right, dude.
All right, thank you.
No problem. Bye.
Shopping.
Yeah, I dread shopping. I'm gonna level with everybody. If I could do all of my shopping on the internet or go to a store again. Golden. But yeah, I want a PG chat for Christmas. That's what I want. Love you in the chat right now. I want a PG chat.
Don't.
I want a PG chat. I'm gonna have a PG stream chat. Let's go. I was talking about this today when I went live. I said, I'm gonna. Here's a good topic. How do you feel about family-friendly streaming? Do you think it benefits you to do it, and do you think you could do it?
Oh, you're asking for real?
Asking for real.
Oh man, I've thought about it a lot actually.
I was thinking about it a lot today too. Go ahead.
I think PG streams are more successful than non-PG streams.
Fully agreed.
I think, I don't know. Oh man, I wish I could go PG. I wish I could, but it would be a rough transition for me.
So I was thinking about it literally today because I couldn't stream when I was supposed to be streaming. And then I thought about, I saw something, there was a huge thing about Dr. Lupo on Reddit for whatever reason, but a lot of people were talking about about Co Carnage. I correct myself. And a lot of people were talking about how they can't stand Co's stream anymore because it's this manufactured safe place and blah, 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 and everything's so PG and Okay. So I thought to myself, that's a very good point, though. Co Carnage is the biggest variety streamer on Twitch. He streams in front of 30,000 plus people playing Fallout 76. And he's happy and whatever. So I said to myself, you know what? Today I'm going to try. Today I'm going to try not to swear. Today I'm going to try not to drop an F-bomb on my stream. We'll start small. No F-bombs on my stream.
Start small.
Start small. See how it goes, right? Even thought about putting family friendly in the tag for half a second.
Oh.
Then I thought better of it. But lasted 5 minutes. Didn't even last 5 minutes. My intro video, my wife literally says F-A repeatedly in the first 30 seconds of my intro video, and then I repeat her saying it. I would have to edit my entire intro video. I'd have to get a whole new intro video to even try to do it.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I couldn't. I literally couldn't.
You failed before you even started.
I did. I even tried to, like, I give my quote unquote elevator speech, and I always say, you know, blah blah blah, we bleed red, white, and blue, and we exude effing freedom every day, except I use the whole word. So I kept saying flippin' today, and people were like, what are you doing? They're like, why aren't you swearing? I was like, oh, this is never gonna go over well. Not to mention that part came up in my intro video, and my chat repeated it several times from several different people because it's everybody's favorite part of the intro video.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, well, I guess we're just going to stick to dropping F-bombs every 5 minutes and we'll be good. I'm the K-Kona guy anyway. I can swear like a trucker, apparently, and nobody cares.
What if, though? What if you have a family-friendly stream, but, like, your Discord isn't? So, like, outside of stream, your Discord is, like, I don't want to say adult time because that sounds wrong, but, like,
So a lot of the streamers who are quote unquote PG, Ninja, Dr. Lupo, all those guys, they do, Ninja does Ninja After Dark, Dr. Lupo does late night or something, or maybe After Dark with Dr. Lupo. Like, they all do a late night version of their streams where they're not family friendly, like a not safe for work type deal.
Okay.
Where they consistently, you know, say whatever they would normally say on a regular basis. I don't know. I don't know if I could do. I don't stream enough to be able to both, if that makes sense. Like, I couldn't do like a family friendly stream in the morning and then like an after dark stream at night.
Yeah.
But I could see the advantages of that. But you still have to have. How does that every day I swap from mature content on to mature content off to mature content on? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I was gonna say the same thing. Like, I'd have to go all in either way because there's no way I could train myself to be a certain way on stream and then the next day be totally different. Not be different, but, you know, watching what you say or whatever. I don't know. That would be really difficult.
I get it. You know what I mean? Like, I get why Ninja did it. I get why Tim did it. I get why, you know, because while Twitch's policy is 13, blah, 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 you know, you have all these kids that are 8 or even 13. You know, you're the probably one of the biggest influences in their life. And you're the example. And if I hear Ninja at 12 years old dropping the F-bomb every other word, I'm going to go to school and tell my teacher, F you, because Ninja thinks it's cool, and I'm going to say it too. You know what I mean? You would hope that parenting comes into play here, obviously, but, you know, it just, from a content creation, he was talking about how many parents were writing to him because his kids love to watch him, but he had to watch him on mute because he would swear.
Yeah.
You know, that's crazy to me. And then Twitch broke everything with the mute function. Twitch.
But he's also been in some situation where he's felt so rewarded and fortunate to have gone family friendly because of how he's touched young people's lives.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, that I think is so rewarding in a different way. And I think I don't know, I think that's a huge benefit to going family friendly. Or to being family friendly, I should say.
I don't know. Part of me would really love to do it, and I think I could do it because I look at it this way: if I was on Twitch, or if I treat Twitch like my work, then I'd be fine. I mean, well, I swear like a trucker at my work, but I get away with it. But I don't do it on the phone when I'm talking to the public and stuff like that. So if I can, you know, if I can do that, no problem. If I could go from F this, F that in this conversation with you right now, and then pick up that phone and say, oh, you know, hello, how are you? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, you know, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Then I could easily do it here. The problem is for me is it's how comfortable I am. I'm sitting in my house. You know what I mean? Yes,
Yeah.
I'm in front of people and
Yeah.
I'm talking, I'm interacting with people, but I'm sitting in my house.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing for me to swear here. I swear here every day, all day.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think my biggest struggle would be gameplay. Like I see somebody mentioning rage-inducing gameplay in the chat. That would be my biggest struggle, I think, to going family-friendly, is the unintentional outburst of, you know, getting destroyed in Fortnite or doing 8 damage with a shotgun would make me lose my mind. And there would be a lot of swear words said. But
yeah.
I think that PG Street are a good place to wrap it up. Because I think we sailed through a lot of topics today. We got a lot of callers in today, which I'm very happy about.
That was so fun.
I know. Guys, call in every week.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
We like call-ins. Call-ins keep us energetic and on our toes and make us think critically.
Yeah.
But we are going to raid/host/ the thing on somebody.
Happy birthday, True.
Yes, True. Happy birthday. It's still your birthday for another hour
Happy
in
birthday.
California and the West Coast. How about I looked and saw the TRUgaming channel was live? I was like, oh, we can host that. I'm dumb, chat.
Good job.
Hello, me. Here you go, chat.
Hello?
I'm gonna sing some yell for you. Here you go. Way to end the show. Oh my God, please, let me. Oh my God. There we go, chat. It's my first day here. We are gonna raid Paladins. Please join me in this raid. He's playing Fallout 76. I love all your faces. He is a true sponsor streamer, and he's amazing. Don't you guys start crying. I don't want to see no crying. I'll hurt my heart. So, Cass, where can they find you, by the way?
MissFatalKisses everywhere. That is me.
For those of you that don't know me, you can find me at SnoopHog TV on all of the things. Again, thank you all so much for everybody that joined us, everybody that called in and hung out with us. You are all wonderful.
Thank you.
Do not forget to tune in Friday morning for Phone In Friday with Belloc, GreenChord, and whoever their guest is. I think it's actually like a company dev about growing your Twitch. So you should check it out. Love all your faces. Bye.